Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey if it's your first time here. So on this channel, I love talking about spirituality and things that we can do to really know ourselves on a soul level, healing, self-love, self-worth, and things like that. The new earth, right? Spiritual awakening. Something I've been thinking about, you guys, and something that I want you to think about too, is the world that we're living in right now, right? And the world that we're born into. You know, like here on earth, we have egos and we have our spirit. And these egos are thick. This persona of self and separation, believing that it's me versus you. And I'm so different from you, you're so different from me. We're separate, but it's an illusion. And the truth is oneness, and the truth is that we're very much connected energetically to one another and to the earth. Everything that you see is essentially one. And so this spiritual path and spiritual awakening is about awakening to the fact that we're connected and trying our best to overcome and trump our ego. It's this spiritual path, and it can be hard to do. We look around into our world and we see things that hurt people, which essentially hurts you because we're all connected. Things like poverty, not having enough, when the truth is abundance. Like the truth of this earth that we're born into is that it's plentiful, it's abundant. There's more than enough for everyone. Look at a field of flowers. Drive down a street with orange trees. There's more fruit than you can have. And it's going to keep growing, keep growing, keep growing because of the rain, because of seeds, because of the sun. If you cut open an orange, how many seeds do you find in that orange? Right? And each one of those seeds can plant more. So we're living in a paradise. We're living in a magical, beautiful realm with an abundance, more than enough. Lack has been created. And we've fallen asleep and we've taken on these systems that don't serve us. But I was just making this video because I was thinking how we have the power to change this world, like in so many ways, when we can move from our spirit and our soul instead of our ego, right? Like poverty is one example when the truth is abundance. And just moving from love, you know, so many people are fighting over their religion and land and like the wars that are happening right now on earth and saying like this land belongs to me. And that's where we see that separation again, like me versus you, my people versus your people, my family versus your family. But awakening is recognizing that there is no separation. It's not you and me, it's us, it's we. We are one. And so the land, you can't possess it. It doesn't belong to you and it doesn't belong to me. It just is for us, right? Because I was created and you were created and we both have the right to live. But greed and ego, corruption, like this is what we have to transmute. This is what we have to overcome. This is what we have to release while we're on a spiritual path. And if each one of us can do this inner work and awaken to love within us and truth within us and do our own individual work to live from our heart instead of our ego, live from our heart instead of our logical mind, then we're going to see a better world. But it takes effort because you have these two opposing natures within you. You have light and dark, and they both serve you, but the world is in a dark place because us as individuals have been refusing to go within and do the work. And we've been blaming the outside world. Well, that's just the way it is. Well, it's these people over here. Well, they did this to me, so I'm going to do this to them. And the war within us is creating the war outside of us. But when we can humble ourselves and surrender to love, that is what's going to help change the world. And I was just thinking how people are fighting over land right now, right? In Israel and in Palestine. It's my land, it's our birthright, it's ours, it belongs to ours. And it's like, the reason why this is happening is because what type of world should we be born into? And from my perspective, every human being, when you're born into this earth, you automatically should have access to land. Every single one, equality. It sounds like funny to say because the world is polar opposite. The world teaches greed as something that is appealing and status, like, oh, I have more money than you, I'm more worthy than you, you're pathetic and I'm important. This concept of celebrities and, oh, walking on the red carpet and they're a star, but you're just some normal person. We are all equal. We should be born and have land automatically because you're a citizen of this earth. You should have land to grow your food so that you're not eating a fake GMO food with no seeds that was made in a lab. Everything is like such a big scam on earth, and people don't like to hear this because it triggers them, and we've been asleep. We've been lied to on purpose. And so spiritual awakening is about awakening to your inner truths, but also the outer truths of the world and seeing things with just clean, pure eyes and being like, wow, we're being forced to pay for electricity when there's natural electricity from the earth. It's a scam. We are paying for gasoline, breaking the bank, when there's cars that could be made with other resources, like without hurting the earth, right? And this concept of money and credit, and there's just so much corruption, but I think that things start to shift for the better when we can call these things out, like call out wrong and live what's right, you know, but we have to be the peace that we want to see in the world. We have to be the love that we want to experience in the world. And the best way to do this is to check your ego and ask yourself, am I moving from my heart and love, or am I moving from my logical mind or my ego of like pride and thinking I'm better than others? What does the ego look like? The ego looks like your self-identity. So it's you saying that you're this race when you're part of a human race, one. It's you saying that you're this nationality because you're born on this part of the earth, but you're born on the earth. So that's the ego. Oh, this is your sports team over here. You're a diehard fan. It's the ego creates separation, thrives in separation. It's ego, it's pride, it's separation's the best way to look at it. And that's why I can't get on board with any like thing that truly separates us, when I know in my heart that unity is the truth. Because God, what we call God, is in me and in you and in everything. And so ego looks like you saying that you're a certain race, you're a certain nationality, you're from a certain country, you only eat this type of food, you're this culture, you're different, you're part of this group. And it's interesting because humans, we do like to be part of a group because like we used to have to stick together more so to survive, and we have to stick together now. But the more that we move toward unity and love and one consciousness, one humanity, higher states of consciousness, higher states of awareness, the more we're going to break free. And what's interesting about this process is that there are forces that are actively programming you to believe in the ego and move from your ego and compete with one another. And We have to free our minds and love each other from the heart. And your ego might tell you, well, if they don't love you back, or if they don't treat you back like that, then get them back, revenge, and they don't deserve love. But I'm just here to remind us that we are love at our core. Ego is about releasing all of the defenses that we've had up and trying to get back, and it's like the persona. The more I'm speaking of it, the more I'm awakening to it and aware of the ego. And it's nothing to demonize, but it's something to be aware of so that you can make a proper choice. Because when you're asleep, you're just moving from the ways that we've been taught, which have been corrupt. Awakening is about tapping in and finding that truth within, breaking free of the illusions, and seeing that the ego serves a role, but we can choose to move from our spirit, and we can choose love. And this is going to create a healthier, safer, more beautiful earth, a safer earth for us, for our kids to live in. The things that we're seeing now on earth are happening because they are a manifestation of the work that humanity has not done. And we've been choosing to stay asleep to these things, letting the media control us and implant our minds, letting our schools just like only give us limited information. We've been being manipulated, but now is the time to awaken. And everything that doesn't align with love will be washed away, and a new earth is being birthed. And so it's a beautiful time to be alive. I invite you to take a journey within, disconnect from everything that you've been taught, and think of yourself, the ego, your religion, your race, where you're born, your social class, the educational system, your old friends, and even family. But take this journey within and see what's within you and cling to the light, like purify yourself so that you can receive information and make choices in your life that are going to serve you better and serve the world. Because you guys, what happens when we move from ego? What happens when you identify with your race? Oh, well, then that means it's me versus you. Look at all of the things, look at all the problems that have happened in the past. Yeah, because we've been identifying with race, but it's an illusion. Like, race was actually created by a man, right? Like, socially, for status, to control. The ego likes to be in control, likes to be powerful, likes to be on top, tell you how it is, separation, levels. Oh, I'm here, you're there. And so the same thing with religion. And if your religion facilitates love for you, that's beautiful. But the truth is that a lot of religions have engaged in heinous war, not love, war. When you look deeper into it, you'll discover these things. I'll link a video down below on even Christianity. Now, at the same time, I grew up Catholic, Christian, and I learned a lot of beautiful principles from that. Jesus as a teacher, beautiful teachings, but you want to always move from love, not separation. And a lot of religion, people will kill over their religion. They'll say, you're going to hell if you're not my religion. They really think that, believe that. That's the ego, that's the separation. And so moving from ego is extremely dangerous. Wars on earth will end. Poverty will end. Greed, corruption, all these things, and this is what we're going to move towards. It's happening. It's been written about. It's been channeled. And it's the spiritual path. It's not going to happen overnight, but I'm making this video as encouragement to you that the work you do on yourself matters, and the way you choose to move in this world matters, but it starts from the inside. It's not about how you look. It's not about how you present yourself out in the world. It's about truly what's going on internally. And I just want to encourage you, because when you are doing the right thing, other people might not be, and that could be discouraging, right? But I want you to hold to the light and hold to love and hold to the truth, because truth will always prevail. light will always prevail and things will always work out, you know? And so I'm here with you on this path, and drop me a comment down below. How are you choosing your spirit over your ego? How do we embody the spirit? How does God view us? That's a good way to look at it. Unconditional love, forgiveness, grace, comfort, gentleness, correction, but to put you on the right path. And so it's about love, essentially. That's how you move from your spirit, love. Everything that's not love will fall away. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in my next video.